Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another park spotlight. As always, if you'd like me to check out your park, just let me know in the comments below and I will happily go and take a look when I can. Today's park is called Fantasya Hills and this was created by Mustang Glenn. Now Mustang is the pro at creating water sequences, water display shows, fireworks shows, etc. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he has put in this park. The description he's put says, "Welcome to Fantasya Hills, my fourth park. I created the biggest, longest and most spectacular water show in the Mustang universe. Enjoy beautiful water spectacles, colourful lights and fireworks with over 7 minutes and 40,000 triggers. This show is the most breathtaking show I've ever made. Enjoy. Be sure to visit Dream Flight, a cascade ride with its own made-up Fairtytale, and ride between the skeletons of 2 dragons on a drop coaster that drops from the mouth of the dragon. Always watch the water show at 6:30 AM so you can enjoy both the water and the lighting. Take a good look around the entrances of the roller coasters and the park for the stories about the attractions. Have fun." And then he goes on to credit some creators for bits that he's used in the park, such as Clary Bread, Boz Midget Slayer and Cakeist. So yeah, really excited to see this. I mean, 7 minutes and 40,000 triggers. Can you imagine how long that would have taken to put together? But no, Boz and Cakeist and Clary obviously have, you know, some pieces that Mustang wanted to use. So, you know, as I always say, it's great that he credits them there. Yeah, really excited to see the rides that he's made, because Mustang always comes up with some great stories to his rides. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight in. Okay, let's get heading into Fantasya Hills. Now, one of the things that I know Mustang puts in all of his parks is one of these brilliant entrance buildings. They're all on a similar theme to each other, but all slightly different. And I love the way that he uses the sort of straw roofing along with the beams, and I believe he's got the glass in here as well. Yeah, he's got the glass pieces there. It's just really nicely designed. But you know, the way all these beams are obviously all individually placed. But it just looks so nice and so, I don't know, so grand, I think would be the best word to describe it, as a welcoming. But you know, that along with the lighting, I mean, I'm keeping the lighting for the scenario in the same, I think it's fixed to 7 AM, and I'm going to keep it as that, because I think that, I mean, that's what it was like when I loaded it up. But also that seems to do it justice. But I will have a look, sort of, you know, at night time as well, just to see what the lighting looks like. The other thing I've noticed down here is that dragon, which has a coaster coming out of its mouth. Now that looks like it's going to be phenomenal. Really looking forward to having a ride on that. But I mean, straight away, the terrain work there to form that. Takes some skill as well. So yeah, really excited to take a look inside here. One thing I will just say is I'm assuming this water show is going to go off whilst I'm looking round. So if you do hear dramatic music start, then that is probably what it's going to be. But I'm not going to look at the water show until the very end. So you'll have to hang about till we get to the water show. But yeah, just going inside here, the lights here I think look great. I love the way he's kind of done that over there. And then I like that the lights change when you're in the middle. So you've got the lanterns going across here, the chandeliers, obviously the music's playing as well. And you know, even down here, like, even the small lighting pieces there to light up the shields. It's just, it all works so well, along with the sort of ivy leaves and the, you know, and the rose leaves, etc. It just works so well as an entrance. It really, really is nice. And there's even some penguins, look. Even some penguins. A very nice little fountain just here. Again, more penguins. Right, we'll go over this way. I love that there's music all the way around here. It really does bring in the atmosphere. Again, just nicely... nice little tree as a centre point to this like little seating area, which is nice. The buildings as well. Look at the design with Again, with the beams here and the edging on the buildings. that's one thing. If you want to improve a building, right, rather than just putting the walls on, put a little edge trim on there like that. Because I'm just going to delete this to just show the difference. But if I just delete that, you see that looks so much better like that than it just did. So, you know, you've really got to look at what that, you know, what those small details do to buildings. And even, you know, even as the detailing here, absolutely fantastic stuff. Is that a bauble? That's a bauble. I can hear the dramatic music starting, which I'm assuming is the water show, but I'm not going to look around at it. Got some shops down here. I don't know why I've just decided to come around to the left-hand side. Fantasya Nights Hotel. Very grand lot. I love Mustang's buildings. I think they are really, really well done. And he doesn't just stop at doing a 2-story building. Most people and most buildings built in Planet Coaster tend to stop at 2 stories, but I like the fact he kind of goes with this, you know, he kind of thinks outside the box a little bit with it. Look at the size of that. There's a lot to discover around there. I'm assuming that is all a ride in there, so I won't go and spoil that. Have I missed anything around here? I think I noticed, actually, when I was talking, I think I noticed some writing on the floor. Yes. Here we go. Welcome to Fantasya Hills. Forget all your worries in this park as soon as you enter. Through the entrance, you step into a big fairy tale. The dragon Bilong has been watching over the park for centuries, so beware if you want to know more of Bilong. If you want to know more of Bilong, enter the castle. Or, if you'd like to sail with a boat to the beautiful land of Fabledrat, you should take the Dream Flight. And every day around 6:30, Fantasya is about to start a wonderful water show in honour of Dilong. Forget your worries now and step into Fantasya Hills. No, really, forget your worries. Dilong smells your worries. There we go. Apologies, I missed that at the start, but I do remember seeing that, and I was thinking like whether I'd missed it or not. I'm trying to just carry on here, ignoring this dramatic music. You can see here the coaster coming down very close to the path here, which I think looks very. There he goes. There goes the water coaster. Right. Well, whilst this is playing, I think we'll go through to the Land of Dreams, so that can play out. Right. Well, we've got Dream Flight. Welcome to Land of Dreams. To experience the Dream Flight, you have to find the entrance of a magic forest. Okay. That was fast. Now the story of Dream Flight starts. Oh wow, look at this. This is brilliant. I have to say, in one of my parks, in my Heartland Towers park, I built a bird coaster, and in the queue line there, I had a story building up, and the idea I got from that was from Mustang's previous park, where I'd been on a water coaster there, and there was a story, and I really liked the way he'd done that, so I kind of used that sort of basis. So yeah, I really do like these queue lines he does. Once upon a time, in a land far from here, was a magical land called Fabledrat. The land was inhabited by many magical creatures, such as drats, elves, a laughing tree, but also an evil witch. This is great. I love this. This proper feels like a Disney / universe. Well, really Disney because it's Fairtytale, but that sort of style queue line. Specifically, actually, I feel like I'm in the Avatar section of Animal Kingdom. The land was beautiful, with large forests, luminous flowers, and twinkling caves. Look at this. Look how many plants there are. This is great. Oh look, he's so well done. I'd love to see the stages in which he built this, like what, you know, like how it all came together. A speed build of this would be really fascinating, I think. I've not missed any signs, have I? Nope. So presumably, The only way to get there is with a magic boat that only sails if you're pure enough. Can you let the boat sail and admire the wonders of Fabledrat with your own eyes, but beware of the dragon? Oh, that's awesome as well, look. He's like Tinkerbell. That's great. Mustang, honestly, great job on this. I love that. This is fantastic. Absolutely love this. This is one of the best queue lines, if not the best queue line I've seen done. Really imaginative. Oh, but yeah. Honestly, I just love everything about this. This is superb. Right, let's hop on Dream Flight. I mean, it's a water coaster, so don't take the stats too seriously on a water coaster. They're very difficult to get right, and they're not always realistic in this game. But yeah, here goes Dream Flight. And there we go. That was Dreamflight. What a coaster that was. I'm going to get stuck there if I start going backwards. How do we... There we go. Exit. This way. Yeah, absolutely love that. I think that was so well designed in here. You know, this whole theme blends together so well. You know, this whole fairy tale style theming, and Mustang does it so well. The use of the lights and the colours, the flowers, the lighting in particular is brilliant. You know, that sort of like pink glow off that here, where you've got like the sleeping elephants, and you know, this really does feel. I feel like I'm at Disneyland. Definitely has that sort of vibe to it. Apologies when I saw that earlier. This is Cleary Bread who made that, and it does make sense now because she did do a Peter Pan creation. So yeah, I love this sign. No fairies are injured whilst building this attraction. Maybe ask Cleary Bread. So yeah, and I love that, and I love the green background for it. I think that is a great little touch to finish off the ride. But yeah, no, fantastic. And again, what the other thing I really appreciate about this is it's done in a very realistic manner to what you would get in a normal theme park, in the sense of where you've got an indoor building. They wouldn't make the whole building have fancy roofs and etc. He's decorated the outside of the building that you can see, you know, in terms of putting all the windows and these buildings around. But then on top, obviously, this is just like a big warehouse essentially. And because you're never going to see around here, this bit doesn't really need to be themed. So he's just put some, you know, bushes over it. So it's that sort of detailing is quite a very realistic touch. So yeah, really do appreciate that, and that is a fantastic coaster. I love that, and especially when you came out of this tunnel here, you come out here and the door opens. Oh, what did this sign say? Oh, watch out for the Dillong. So that's the dragon over there. Look. So yeah, great view of that as you came out. Right, let's go back down here. Is this the way we came in? Well, this is the exit, isn't it? So, and that's the exit to another flat ride. I think, that's the Lotus Flower by Bob's Midget Sleigh. I've seen that a few times in different parks. Really nice creation, that. Nice. I've not seen it used as a centerpiece for a ride before. Again, look how well this flat ride's been decorated. You know, with the building and the windows over it and the chandeliers. You know, the bushes. It really does fit in well, and it just shows you the difference that theming makes to flat rides rather than just placing them down. Right, so we'll go over the bridge. Nice little view of the pathway there. Over the bridge. Oh, there's the princess. And we go down here. And back onto the main walkway. So that's where we were. There's Dreamflight. And we carry on. So, got a seating area, got food and drink outlet. Again, keeping that consistency with the buildings, which is great. And then it is fenced off there, and you can watch the water coaster come by, which is a really nice viewpoint here. And it actually comes by twice here as well. I've only just noticed that. So it comes by once on the track section, and then once on the boat section. So you could sit there and watch it come by twice there. That's really cool. Oh, please, yes, Mustang. Please never steal workshop creations, or always put in the description. He's completely right there. If you do use anything on the workshop, obviously people put it up there to be used, but make sure you credit them. Don't just upload things and pretend it's your own. Please do credit people, because they have spent time making it. And I love that you've put that over this sign. That's fantastic. So, we will head out of the Magic Forest, I think. Got another viewpoint there. And that's a staff building, I presume. Look, how colourful is that? You know, you've only got to just sit down. I'll tell you what. Let's sit down here and have lunch with this lady. Look, and look how colourful that is. We'll squeeze in between these two. Rose between two thorns. And, you know, look how colourful that is. It really does look fantastic. It takes a lot of effort to get that right. It's not an easy task, that. August Water Park Contest by Cleary Bread. There we go. Back under this archway. And we'll go over this way. Back to the dramatic music. We've got another flat ride here. Got a sundial swinging you over the edges of the castle walls there. That's quite cool. You got a few near misses there. You see, this is where I wish that one thing I would like to see in Planet Coaster 2, hint hint Frontier, is obviously this ride comes with a circular base, as does most of the flat rides. I think we should have the option as to whether we want a circular base or a square one. Because for me, this would look better with a square base. However, I appreciate that Mustang can't do that because it's not an option. But you know, I think having this with a square base would fit in here better. So yeah, Frontier, if you're listening, put that as an option, please. Right, go along here and avoiding all the noise going off on this water show. Castle Dillon. Let's see what's cracking off in here then. That's a ride exit. And here's Dillon. Ride at night. Okay. So that's what I'll do. Let's go back to let's go to 3 AM. Can't get any more nighttime than 3 AM, can you? So we've got some more stories. Welcome to Castle Billong. You are about to enter the nest of the dragon Billong to ride one of his hatchlings flying out for the first time. Good luck. I mean, look at that. Ignore those fireworks. We'll see them later. But it does look, you know, it does look fantastic in here, doesn't it? It really does look great. I mean, I keep saying ignore the fireworks. I don't think we can, really, can we? I think we just have to kind of go with it. But look at how colourful this is. This is fun. This is great. This is so well designed. I love it. It genuinely does feel like a bit Disney. Nice little room here with the ropes hanging, the jester, the stocks. Right, so we have a dive coaster. There's the stats for it. If you are interested at all. And oh, is that the train we want? Yeah, it is. Right, so let's just let's pick that one back up again. Before he goes, and we're going to sit in the middle. We're going to go there. So yeah, enjoy Billong. And there we go, back into the station. Again, what a brilliantly designed dive coaster. Now, obviously, I'm going to assume he's not gone for the realistic approach, because obviously dive coasters you wouldn't get this sort of layout. However, this is more of like a fantasy park. I mean, obviously it's called Fantasya Hills, for example. It's a fantasy park. It's a fairy tale park, and it works really, really well with the with the design and the theming. Particularly, I love what he's kind of done with this drop out of the dragon's mouth here. The view down there. Obviously, if the water show was going off, you'd get a good view of that. And then you've got this it's a very bizarre inversion there, but it's a very nice idea. Again, obviously, if you're going for realism, it's not quite something that you would see in a real park, but if you're going for the fantasy theme, which this park is, going for that sort of Disney style, with it's kind of exaggerated Disney, I suppose, would be my description of it. Then it works absolutely perfectly. We can just see the coaster here coming through, and you held there for it's a good 5 seconds, I thought. 3, yeah. I would say about 4 or 5 seconds. That. Then you go down here, and it doesn't actually throw the guests around too much on there. Actually, again, what I always say is always look at the coasters off ride, just as much as you do on it, because it shows you a different view. I think this bit was the only kind of bend where I thought that it kind of jolted a little bit, but that's just my opinion. The rest of it, I love the idea of going through this skeleton, which, can I just say, is a brilliant creation. I mean, is that just lots and lots and lots and lots of stalagmites? Yeah, that is all. That's ridiculous. Oh, he must have been there for days making that. Obviously, obviously he would have copy and pasted it. I know that, but he must have been there for ages making that right. But yeah, the whole idea that you go through the skeleton there, you can, if you take time to zoom out there and have a look at the skeleton, and how good that looks. Look at that. Straight through its nose. Well, sorry, through its mouth, not its nose. Straight through its mouth there. Yeah, that's phenomenal. That really is good. Absolutely great stuff. Right, let's go. We'll go back down here, and we'll go out the back because we've not been down here yet. So we get a good view of the coaster down here of Bilong. I can't remember the name of the dragon now. Something like that, wasn't it? Dillong. That was it. Underneath the coaster here, let's follow this path round, and we get to this. It's a flat ride, isn't it? It's one of these. It's one of these, like, what do you call them? The Sky Temple. That's it. I always forget the name of that one. You don't often see these about, actually, unless people design the sort of like Asian themed area, because that's the style of building that is on this Sky Temple. But it's a lovely ride. I'd love to go on one in real life. It's a really nice ride, and I love the fact it kind of separates as well. Look, so you have the base of it there, and then you have the section where the guests actually get on, and then in the middle there you've got nothing. So Mustangs use the terrain tool there to just kind of carve that out, which is really nice. Through here we've got another seating area, some more food and drink. Toilets, a staff room, vending machines, and we have another flat ride. Bit of a thrill flat ride here. It's not got a very big queue, but yeah, that's that. And then what we got down here? We've got a very busy queue. Oh, sorry, this is for the Sky Temple. My bad. I wasn't really paying attention there. But yeah, Sky Temple's obviously got a really good queue. One thing I do like about Mustang's parks as well is he always builds an outer wall here. Doesn't just leave the park open at the edge, because let's face it, if you was at a real park, it wouldn't just be open at the edge to let anybody in. It'd have a fence all the way around it. So I appreciate the time we spent putting the wall in along that, and the lights as well. He's not just placed a square wall all the way along. That's it. He's actually designed that fence, and then with all the trees and the hills he's put in as well, just to kind of provide that backdrop, so you actually feel like you're encased in a forest, in that sort of feel. So we go back down on this path, back through here, and so I mean, look at that! Look at that castle. That looks great, doesn't it? Just look at that. I mean, again, I've said it multiple times. I feel like I'm at Disney. I feel like I'm looking around someone's imagination for a Disney park. It really does feel like that. Mustangs. So this is Mustang's creations. So yeah, make sure you go and check out his other stuff: Wonderland, Fairyland, Wonder Valley, and then he's got these water shows there: Aquawonder, Dance to the Lake, Dance to the Lotus, and then he's got his other rides as well. Soar the Ride, which is, I remember going on that. That's a fantastic build that was as well. So yeah, go and make sure you check out Mustang's other stuff as well, and give them a thumbs up on the workshop. Nice chair swing. Always love a chair swing. Very nice. Got dramatic music, that one. And we've got a sort of like similar design building to the other side over there. Music is getting very dramatic again. Got a little jester out here. It's a very, again, the whole theme throughout, you know, has that it really does stick with that fairy tale theme. Some cosmic cow there. And over here we have a Ferris wheel. Very, very unique place to put a Ferris wheel, that. You know, they're normally central and you see it as you come in, but I quite like that. I think that works really well. You know, you can imagine being on top of here, and just kind of having a view out. You know, I think that looks really good. I think that's a very clever placement for that, and it doesn't stand out too much. As much as it's very tall, it doesn't stand out too much. And again, this is what I mean by the square base. So he's actually made his own square footprint essentially with this hedge wall around the Ferris wheel, and I think that provides a really nice sort of setting for it as well. A very realistic feel. And then we're back at the start. So that, I believe, is the rest of the park. Now, as you can see at the minute, the water show is going on. So what I'm going to do is I'll come back in a second when the water show is about to start, and the next bit you will see is the 7-minute water show. So strap in, and you will see what I'm assuming and what I know is going to be a fantastic creation. So yeah, see you in a second for the water show. Oh my god. What a great... I mean, well, no adjective does that justice. What a brilliant show that is. I absolutely dread to think how long it's taken him to sequence all of these different water effects. He had the lighting, he had the fireworks, he had the lasers. There's lasers at the back here. Just wow, the whole thing. That genuine. I mean, I've said it throughout this entire park that I feel like I'm at a Disney park, but that genuinely felt like I was in Magic Kingdom at closing time. I've just watched the fireworks show, and now I'm heading off home. That was brilliant. And then I love the happy 2022 MG for Mustang Glen, obviously. Yeah, what a fantastic ending. I mean, one of the things you might have been wondering is this park is at 100% on a PS5, and you may think, how is that 100% on a PS5? Because there's not a huge amount of attractions. There's only 2 coasters, but that's because the memory that all of that sequencing down there, I mean, there's 4,000 pieces around that. I'm staggered. I'm absolutely staggered. What a fantastic show. And yeah, my jaw was dropping more and more as I watched that. And you know, I love the way that the theme changed throughout. It started off quite light, then it got quite dark with the flames and the red lights, and it kind of changed all throughout. But you know, that really did deliver on like a fairy tale finish to the park. And I think that's a great way to wrap up the spotlight there. Make sure you go and check out Fantasya Hills on the PS Workshop. Give it a thumbs up and get it highly rated, because the time and effort spent to make that is honestly, you don't even want to know how long that must have took him. And I don't even want to know either. Yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. As I say, go and check out Mustang's creation on the Workshop and his other parks. They've all got wonderful water shows like that in, so go and check all of them out. And other than that, I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.